So what have interest rates been doing to the market as they've been settling down this time of year? Well, I'm going to tell you that. This is Dean Odell with Seven Gables Real Estate and the Odell Group, and I want to warn you too. It's October 30th, and this podcast may have a spooky future ahead of it for the next few months. I'll explain why now. Well, for the last 5 years, my daughter has been editing this show and making sure it gets out there to y'all. And now she's going to make me a grandfather. So her and her husband have a little girl on the way, first grandchild. My son's got one right behind it. So things are changing over here in the Odell family pretty quickly. We're not going to let it affect this show, though. We're going to still be getting you this information. But I am telling you, just forewarn you, it might not look quite as pretty as it does right now. So we're going to see how we're going to handle that going forward. This will be the last podcast for my daughter until probably the springtime. So please keep tuning in and let's get started with today's show. Let's take a look at the first chart, which is the Orange County listing inventory. We have 4,288 homes on the market. 2 weeks ago, there was almost another 200 homes on the market. This is the time of year where we do see inventory start to decrease. Last year, we only had 3,640. So look at how many more homes there are for buyers to choose from. I mean, this is a window of opportunity for you guys. We have a 3-year average of 6,010 homes. So let's take a look at demand. Now, looking at demand today, 1,546. That is not down much from 2 weeks ago, and it's not down much from last year's numbers. So why are the numbers holding up so well? And if you look at the red line, you're going to see in September, from August to September, we actually went down, and now we came back up a little bit and kind of settling down seasonally if you look at that red line. But why did we have the little bump? Well, it was interest rates, and that's why I say there is a window of opportunity here for buyers. You've got more inventory on the market than there's been for a while. You have interest rates lower than they've been for a while. And let's see how that affects the expected marketing time right now. Today, we can see there's 83 days it takes to sell a home on average. 2 weeks ago, that was 86. Last year, it was 69. So it has slowed down, but we're right in line with the 3-year average. And that was 85 days. Looking at how that expected marketing time breaks down by price range, you're going to see it's still a slight seller's market all the way up to 2 million. We crossed over into a balanced market between 2 million and 2.5. You can see how the inventory and the demand are pretty balanced there. And then it turns into a buyer's market after that. The deep blue color there, that signifies that those are the price ranges where it definitely takes more time to get a home sold. But you have to also understand that this data changes among communities. So it's very important that when you're working with someone that you understand what this data looks like where you are purchasing. Looking at the next slide, you're going to see why I say there's a window of opportunity here for you, okay? So rates have decreased, and this is what the affordability of a home has turned into because rates have dropped from 7 to closer to 6.25. So if you look, it was $1,315,000 that somebody could afford for a home with a $7,000 desired monthly payment, and now it's $1,421,000. Now, $7,000 a month is still a lot of money, but this is just an example how you can see that purchasing power has increased because interest rates have dropped as long as somebody has a 20% down payment to do this. Looking further into what this means affordability-wise on a mortgage payment of $1.4 million with a $1.2 million loan, you can see that at 6.25, the payment has dropped to $6,896, where when rates were higher earlier in the year, this would have been $7,451. So overall, you get an extra annual savings of $6,600. Now, this is true across all price ranges. This is what they picked to demonstrate just because this is closer to our median price in Orange County. So I'm going to tell you now what my advice for you guys as buyers and sellers are going into this holiday season. Okay, so we're getting to that time of year. I mean, tomorrow's Halloween, right? So we're going to hit November, then we're going to hit Thanksgiving, then the holidays and Christmas. So things are going to change, but there are still sellers that are very serious about selling their homes. And buyers, this is not the time for you to go to sleep because maybe if you find a seller who's motivated enough, you might get a little bit better price on that property than you would say in the springtime, right? So keep your eyes out for any homes you like. And I would say You just need to start making offers, have your agent or call us. We'd love to be your agent and network with the listing agents out there to see if there's any, motivation on the seller to maybe take a little bit less than you are thinking that they might take. And you don't have as much competition right now. So if you like a house out there, I would really encourage you to work on it. Don't just go to sleep during the holidays, because we usually look back at the fourth quarter of the year and think, wow, that was a pretty good buy. Because what happens in the springtime and after the first of the year, everybody rushes back into the market. Yes, there's going to be more inventory, but again, if there's something that you like, have your agent work on it. Have us work on it. Give us a call. Okay, sellers. Now I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking, well, wait a minute. I don't want to be one of those sellers that gives away more money than I have to, right? But hey, nobody knows what the future looks like. There's going to be more competition after the first of the year. And what if, somebody undercuts you on your price, right? I mean, here's what you got to do. I tell my sellers all the same thing. First of all, you have some sellers that are in capital gains situation and they're like, oh my gosh, I just can't believe I got to pay all these taxes if I sell my home or this or that. Hey, that's true, but guess what? It matters where you're going next and what you need the funds for, because here's the thing. Yes, capital gains is not fun. It's going to cost you, some money. But take a look at how much money you're actually talking about. Look at what that is as a percentage of the price of your home, because hey, what if prices went backwards? I mean, how easy would it be for you to lose that tax money that you're so worried about right now? The other way to look at that is to say, hey, I never thought my house was going to be worth this much anyway. And you know what? I haven't met a seller that hasn't. I mean, most sellers are very surprised about what their houses are worth. So let's just be realistic. We got buyers out there that are interested, as long as their offers are within range of comparable sales, then, don't try to squeeze every single nickel out of something. If, just move on, get on to your next house, okay? I want you to always get the most you can for your house, but that changes depending on the situation, the time of year, and the buyer you're dealing with. So in the end, you just got to do what makes sense, right? So that's it for now. Going into the holiday season, I just want to let you know there's still people that always call us, especially estates. There's a lot of estates sales going on where we can help prepare that home for the market to release after the first of the year. We got a couple of those going on right now. Just remember, we can do everything. Once you get out of the house and get the belongings that you want out of that house, we can take care of the rest. We can fix it up. We can do everything for you. So give us a call. We'd love to help you out, and we will see you. And I can't tell you what it's going to look like the next time we see you. Probably won't look as good as this. Might just be a Zoom meeting. I have no idea. But we're going to figure it out in 2 weeks, and I'll see you then.